The government has indicated that it will appeal the Constitutional Court ruling in the recent Benbal mining permit case. Information Minister Dr. Dana Morris-Dixon made the revelation at today's post-cabinet press briefing.
Environmentalists have been celebrating the landmark ruling, which has been in the Constitutional Court for some time now. Advocate Wendy Lee was among the claimants.
This ruling confirms that Jamaicans have a constitutional right to enjoy a healthy and productive environment, free from the threat of injury or damage from environmental abuse and degradation of the ecological heritage. Apart from the huge relief felt by all the claimants and other residents whose health and livelihoods would have been affected by a quarry and crushing plant, the significance of the ruling for me is how it will affect environmental decision-making going forward. This case shows that it's not enough to go through the motions of an EIA process and then allow environmental destruction. Any decision to allow development must be rational and justified in the context of the government's obligations to protect the environment and ecological heritage.
The three-judge panel ruled that the 2020 environmental permit issued for mining in the Dry Harbour Mountains in St. Ann was unconstitutional. Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness used his ministerial powers in 2020 to overturn a ruling by the Natural Resources Conservation Authority, NRCA, which had initially rejected Bengal Development Company's mining application. Citizens then sought redress in the Constitutional Court, but the fight to protect the Dry Harbour Mountain appears to be far from over. Information Minister Dr. Dana Morris-Dixon at Wednesday's post-cabinet press briefing.
It is my understanding that the Attorney General's chambers, they will be appealing. That's my understanding. In terms of timeline on that, I can find that out and get that back to you. In terms of the implications of it, we've not been able to go through, I know I personally have not gone through the full judgment, and that's not been brought to cabinet for us to look at what are the implications coming from it. But what I do understand is that from my discussions with the Attorney General is that the ruling will be appealed.
Ms. Lee isn't perturbed.
An appeal must prove that the judges are wrong on either the facts or the law. In this case, it would also have to prove that the government's own experts are also wrong. The Honorable Prime Minister needs to stop telling us that he cares about the environment and how much the government is doing to protect the environment. If his actions are the opposite of his words, that is called greenwashing. I suggest that he look at the overwhelming positive public response to this ruling and ask himself whether Jamaicans really want to see their taxes spent on fighting against their constitutional rights to a healthy environment.
Ramarda Lyons, TVJ News.